Hello, my name is Rachel Burke. I chose as my topic the differences between veganism and the various types of vegetarianism. Also, the pros and cons of choosing a vegetarian lifestyle. This topic is important to me on a personal level because as a vegetarian, I sometimes feel that people have misconceptions about vegetarianism. Thank you. 3, go. Okay. So I want to ask something of you guys. I want you guys to imagine that starting today, you will not eat meat for the rest of your lives. Yeah, you probably think I'm crazy that I would even suggest something like that, but that is what a vegan and vegetarian chooses to do on a daily basis, is not to eat meat. So you're probably thinking, where do they get their protein? What exactly is the difference between a vegan and vegetarian? And why do they choose to become a vegan and vegetarian? Well, today I'll be answering some of those questions for you today. The distinct difference between a vegan and vegetarian is that a vegan cuts out all animal products and byproducts, whereas a vegetarian only cuts out the meat, fish, and poultry. So what exactly does a vegan eat? They eat many things like quinoa, rice, fruits, veggies, beans, and then they also have several products available to them that are tofu-based, like the chicken nuggets that are not real chicken, or the veggie burgers that are made out of things like beans and veggies and stuff like that. Well, where do they get their protein sources? Some, but not all, just a very few, is brown rice, quinoa, all types of beans, all types of nuts, soy milk, spinach, and tofu. Now, a vegetarian becomes a little more complicated because depending on your lifestyle, you choose what you want to eat. So, the first one is a lacto-vegetarian, which means that they will consume milk, but not any eggs. And then you have an ovo-vegetarian, which will consume eggs, but not any dairy products. And then you have a lacto-ovo-vegetarian, which will consume both eggs and dairy products. And then a pescatarian, which will eat fish, but no other meat or poultry. So again, depending on your lifestyle, depending on what category you fall into and what you choose to cut out of your diet. So now you're probably wondering, why do they choose to become a vegan and vegetarian? Even though they're two separate things, they usually choose to become either a vegan or vegetarian for the three same reasons. The first one is animal rights. They believe that animals choose to live without any human interference, and that we shouldn't use them for our consumption or anything that they have to offer. The second one is environmental rights, or environmental factors, sorry. Because we do a lot of livestock farming, and they believe it is very inefficient because animals take up so many of our resources, such as land, water, and even the corn that we feed them. We could be using those resources to help benefit humans than to use all those resources to give to the animals. And also, the third one is health reasons. There's been several people who have eaten meat and switched over to a vegan or vegetarian and have seen real improvements in their health. When you are eating stuff like red meats, animal protein and animal fats and stuff, there's actually a lot of, humans aren't meant to consume it. So you can get diagnosed with a lot of illnesses like heart disease, and a lot of people die prematurely. So I want to ask you guys again to think that starting today, could you give up meat for the rest of your lives? Or would you? Some of your answers might still be the same, and some of you might think a little differently about what they actually do to become a vegan and vegetarian. It's the change of their whole lifestyle. So it's up to you to decide.